to compare fractions. The questions that you see here, they're all available in the link that's shared below the description. So you can work through that after and have a bit of practice. So we've got numerator, denominator. We're going to talk about what the numerator, the denominator is as we work through the activity. We have some other symbols and words that we need to revise maybe. Greater than, less than, and equal to. We're going to use whole numbers because you would have come across these comparing whole numbers. So just a quick bit of revision. If I had the number 2 and the number 7 and I was comparing the number 2 to 7, well, 2 is less than 7, so I use the less than symbol. If I had the number 3 and 3 and I was comparing those, well, 3 is equal to 3, so I use the equal to symbol. If I had the number 9 and 4, and I'm comparing 9 to 4, well, 9 is greater than, it's bigger than. So there's my greater than symbol. That's a quick revision with whole numbers. We're going to do something similar with fractions. So let's go through the first example in the top middle. We have 1/3 here, and here it is as a visual representation. 1, 2, 3, 3 equal parts. That's our denominator. The total number of equal parts is the denominator. The 1 we're getting from the shaded part, 1 out of the 3, or 1/3. The next fraction, we've got 3/6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. That's our denominator. So out of the 6 equal parts, we've got 1, 2, 3 of them have been shaded. So that's where we get our numerator. Together, 3/6. Now we're going to compare them using greater than, less than, or equal to. Well, just by looking here, this 1/3 is less than 3/6, so I use my less than symbol. That's it. We're going to move on now to the next one. This time we're going to have to color in or shade in the fractions. So there's always some variations in the questions. So we've got 1/2. So there's our 2 equal parts, and there's 1 out of the 2, or 1/2, that's been shaded in. The next one, 2/6. So we've got 6 equal parts. That's our denominator, and out of the 6, 2 of them, our numerator, has been shaded in, or needs to be shaded in or colored in. Now, we're going to compare them. We've got the 1/2 compared to the 2/6. Well, 1/2 is greater than, so we use the greater than symbol. 1/2 is greater than 2/6. That's number 2. Moving on to number 3 down here in the bottom left. We now have some circles, and this time they're missing the fractions, so we have to write the fractions. So it's a bit of revision on that, which is a previous lesson as well. For the denominator, the total number of equal parts, 1, 2, 3. Out of the 3, we've got 1, 2 have been shaded. For this one, the denominator, the total number of equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the 6, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/6. Now we need to compare them. And this is difficult because unlike some of the others, we might have to manipulate or move the circle around so we get a better comparison. If we did that, we would see that both of them have the same amount of shaded part. It's the same amount. 2/3 is the same as 4/6. It's equal to. This amount here is the same as that. Alternatively, the amount of red that you see here is the same as what you see there. It's just it's moved around in the circle. You'll get that with practice. There's another way we can check that as well, but it's for a video later on. For now, we'll move on. For the next example, you've got 3/6 and 4/4, so let's color them in. 3 out of the 6, we've got 1, 2, 3, and there's 6 altogether. So 3/6. 4/4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 out of the 4 have been shaded there, and now we're going to compare them. Well, that 3/6 is less than 4/4, so you put in the less than symbol. Just looking at it there. There are other things we can talk about. Again, future videos will expand more on some of the other points that we could have talked about in those last 2 examples. Now the number line here. This is broken up into eighths, it tells us there with the denominator, just to check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts between the 0 and the 1. And the next one is broken up into 6. It tells us there with the denominator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. Just to remind you on those steps. I'm going to plot 6 eighths. So 6 eighths is here. And we're going to plot 2 sixths. Now we're going to compare these using greater than, less than, or equal to. And what you're doing is you're comparing from the 0 to the point that we've marked. And we're comparing from the 0 to the 2 sixths. It's obvious looking at the first one. 6 eighths is greater, it's bigger than, it's greater than 2 sixths. So we use that symbol there. Okay, there are other videos that'll follow, but just give it a go on the workbook. The link is in the description below. Okay, good luck.